Surge, and it's 8:34 a.m. November 1st. Who are these thugs? These shames to America? Some of these guys involved with public corruption, potentially, if there is this public corruption. Who are these guys involved with public corruption, trying to put U.S. citizens and citizens of the world in fear of law enforcement, in fear of government officials? Who are these guys making government officials and law enforcement look bad? Who is trying to make citizens fear the people they're supposed to go to for help? Who's the shame to America? And who are these shames to the globe, making U.S. citizens and human beings around the globe feel in fear of going to government officials or law enforcement for help about RICO, terrorism, organized crime, and things that threaten humanity? When should a citizen of America or a citizen of the globe ever feel in fear of going to law enforcement or going to intelligence or going to government officials about terrorism, organized crime, and RICO? When should they ever be in fear of that? And when should they ever have to be in fear of being framed by government officials or law enforcement? Or when should they ever have to be in fear of being robbed by government officials, law enforcement? When should a U.S. citizen ever have to be a victim of robbery by law enforcement agents and government officials for their data, their IP, and being robbed by officials and law enforcement who are supposed to be helping them and protecting them? When has a U.S. citizen ever had to be in fear of that? And why is that acceptable? And why aren't these guys in prison, whoever they are? Who is giving government officials and law enforcement a bad name in America and around the globe, to where people are in fear of going to the CIA or the FBI or the United Nations or the president for help about things that threaten humanity and crimes on them? And when should a U.S. citizen ever be in fear of that? Because I've been reporting about terrorism for a while, and it just gets worse, and people just keep hacking me and committing crimes, and these guys still aren't in prison. And when have terrorists, how are terrorists avoiding prison in America, and guys involved in organized crime and RICO avoiding prison in America? And how are people involved in economic espionage, data theft, and IP theft avoiding prison in America? How are these guys still on the loose?